Welcome back. This is the third in a video series on cybersecurity program development. All these videos are based on my book, Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide, published by Wiley. It is available at Amazon and at fine booksellers everywhere. What is an asset? Like we discussed previously, an asset is anything of value. It can be tangible or intangible. It can be digital or analog. If it is of value, it is an asset. What do we need to know about an asset to determine its worth and how to protect it? First, we need to classify it. For example, what's included in our specific asset definition? What are we dealing with, information security or cybersecurity? We need clarity of definitions. What exactly are we protecting and why? What part of our assets are hardware? Hardware, for our purposes, are all the electronic equipment that store, process, or transmit data. It's also the stuff that controls other stuff, such as thermostats and all the fun gizmos that make the Internet of Things possible. What part of our assets is software? Software is the applications, from operating systems to apps, that use hardware to get things done. This includes, of course, software that runs the Internet of Things, including firmware in the little devices. What part of our assets are systems? Systems is a collection of hardware and software and networks that process data, and systems can be either internal or external, and they frequently can be a combination of both. And what part of our assets are processes and workflows? Those are the sequence of steps involved in the creation, transformation, processing, storing, and transmitting of data across diverse systems. All these assets act on or are themselves data. So what is data and how is it different than information? Data, in one sense, is information that has been captured, stored, and represented in some medium. Data is often an expression of information, but that doesn't mean that data is a complete representation of that piece of information. Also, without getting too esoteric and existential on you here, not all information can be easily represented in the form of data. Think of experience. What else do we need to know about our assets? The things that we must know at a minimum are: 1. Owner. Who is the owner of the asset? Be careful. Is it the enterprise or is it the business unit? 2. Custodian. Who is the custodian of the asset? That cannot be the enterprise. That's always an identifiable person, department, business unit, or a vendor. 3. Location. Where is the asset geographically located? This is key, especially if the asset ends up living in the cloud. Again, be specific. Confidentiality classification. Rate the asset 1 through 4, public, confidential, secret, or top secret. Criticality classification. Rate the asset 1 through 4, nice to have, optional, essential, or mission critical. Impact classification. This is a pain measurement on the asset's unavailability, corruption, or destruction. A rating of 1 through 4 works here too. If the asset were suddenly unavailable or damaged, would the pain be none, minor, moderate, or severe? Maximum tolerable downtime. This is the point in time at which the asset is not recovered, then the impact becomes severe. Recovery point objective. This is the particular point in time where you need the asset to recover to. Recovery time objective. How long are you willing to wait before getting the asset back into production? And number 10, resources. Who will be needed to bring the asset back to life within the RTO and RPO parameters? Remember, be specific, use names. These pieces of information about an asset are called metadata. There can be a lot of metadata for an asset, but for our purposes, these top 10 would do it. Now that you have all this, now what? Well, there are excellent asset classifications on systems on the marketplace that can help you build your asset libraries and maintain it, or bring your wallet. Or you can channel your inner spreadsheet ninja and go to town. You'll create the one spreadsheet to rule them all. Start by creating one spreadsheet per business unit. The name of the spreadsheet file itself is the business unit. Do yourself a favor and put all the spreadsheets in the same directory to make linking them easy. The first one is easy. Column 1 is the asset. Column 2 through 11 are labels for the 10 asset metadata we spoke about: owner, custodian, location, RTOs, RPOs. Each row is a system that's owned by that business unit. That's it. Now, if you really want to get fancy, you can make each one of these links to their own spreadsheets that contain even more granular data, all the way down to the level that makes sense for your company. For example, you can break down the finance system into a spreadsheet that lists all of its software, hardware, and service components along with its custodian, etc. Don't go crazy here. Remember, you're the one that's going to end up maintaining all these things when it's done. Finally, you can create specific spreadsheets that are impact-specific, owner-specific, criticality-specific, etc. The key here is not to do work for work's sake. The key here is to do whatever you need to do in order to make the important decision of what is this asset worth to you. That's it. Now go over and classify. For more information, please watch the rest of my short videos and check out my book, Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide. And you can always reach me and ask me questions by visiting cybersecurityforbusiness.com. Thank you.